Hey guys, so today I'm going to be doing my nails with some of the products that I showed in my what I got for Christmas video. So as you can see, I already prepped my nails and I did go ahead and size out and etch the inside of my nail tips. Next, I'm going to be taking the LGN Pro dehydrator and just dehydrating my nails. With that, I also added onto the nail tips too, just to make sure that there's no leftover oils or anything from me touching them, to make sure that they would fully adhere to my nails and I wouldn't have any kind of problem with them attaching or having any problems with lifting. Now, usually when I do my nails, I do go in with a primer because from past experiences, I've learned that I need the dehydrator and a primer in order for my nails to last. Not everyone needs a primer. It's not a necessity, but it does help. And in my personal experience, I do need the primer. But I decided that since this system here does not come with a primer, I wanted to test it out without the primer and see how well this works for me personally, and if I could get away with without using the primer. So I didn't apply a primer at all. I'm just going in with the rubber base, and as you can see, I'm adding a small amount to the well of the nail and then flash curing that on real quick. I just hold it under the lamp for a couple seconds and it holds it on well enough to where I could move on to the next nail and get all the tips on. And then after I get them all on, I do a full 60-second cure in my full-sized lamp to make sure they are 100% cured. Now, this is how I usually apply my nail tips. I do apply them with a gel. I typically apply them with my Savvyland Builder Gel, though. Just because nail glue never sticks for me. It lasts maybe 2-3 days and then it's popping right off. So I have a bad experiences with nail glue, so I don't use it. I get better adhesion and longer wear with applying my nails with gel. But if nail glue works for you, obviously you can apply your tips with nail glue. And my flash cure lamp that I am using is the gooseneck lamp from LGN. I've had it for a couple years now and I really love it, especially when it comes to applying my tips. It makes it a whole lot easier than trying to get them on by using my full-sized lamp. After I got all the tips on, I am just going in and kind of etching the surface of the nail tips. That way the gel sticks to them and I don't have any issues with it like peeling off or lifting off of the tip. And then because I felt like it's been a while since I did something on the underneath of my nails, I decided to go in with these Holo glitter sequins, whatever you want to call them, and apply the stars, like the 5-pointed stars and the four-pointed stars onto the nail, just to have a little something for the underneath. And it goes with what I was going to do on top of the nail too, but I am just applying them with my base coat. I didn't use the rubber base for this because I felt like it was a little bit thick and I didn't really feel like I needed that thick of a layer for this. I did apply the base coat and stuck the sequins onto it and then cured for 60 seconds afterwards, just so that they would actually be stuck onto the nail. And then I'm taking my base coat again and going in with this purple glow powder to just add some glow to the nails. I thought it'd be fun to have like a glowing background with these little hollow stars. So as you can see, I just laid down a layer of my base coat, then I'm dumping on the glow powder onto the nail and kind of tipping my nail so the excess falls down the nail and onto this little tray that I'm using to catch all the excess. And I'm just applying the powder wherever I need it to be to cover that entire surface. And then I do go in and cure for a full 60 seconds to make sure everything was 100% completely cured. Here I am going in with some more dehydrator to make sure that there are no oils or anything on my nail plate to get the best adhesion. Now I'm going in with the rubber base and applying that to my natural nail and going all the way down the tip to make sure that the builder gel will fully adhere to the nail and I don't have any issues with lifting. And then I do go ahead and cure the base for a full 60 seconds. I am following the directions that Lisette gives on her YouTube videos because this is her brand and her products. She knows like how to use them and how they should be used. So I am following how she says to use them to give them the best possible outcome that I can while using this. Personally, with my other base coat that I usually use, I do only cure that for 30 seconds. But because Lisette says to cure for 60 seconds, I do go ahead and cure for a full 60 seconds. Next, I'm going to be taking True Nude from her gel line and the number 6 oval brush, and that is what I'm going to be using to build the nails. So now I'm just going in with a thin layer of the gel and applying that to the entire nail. This is my slip layer and it helps the larger amount that I'm going to go in with next to just flow down the nail and make it a little bit easier to move it around. Next, I'm just taking a larger amount of the gel and I'm using that to build up the nail. So I am just floating that down the nail to create the apex and the rest of the nail. So because this is a new product for me, there is a bit of a learning curve that needs to happen here. I really wasn't sure how to go about applying this and maneuvering it. I tried to do it how I usually do my Savvyland builder gel, but that just wasn't really working out as well. My Savvyland builder gel is very thin compared to the LGN builder. So I do kind of have to learn and figure out how the best way is to apply this. I do think I ended up applying it differently onto each nail, and I'm still not really sure what the best way to apply it is. So this is something that I'm going to have to practice with and use more to try it out and figure it out. I am also using a way smaller brush than what I'm used to with my Savvyland one. I use like a size 12 or 14, depending on how I'm feeling when I'm applying it. But this is a number 6, so it is a lot smaller than what I'm used to, so I'm not able to grab as much as I'm used to. But I also think that's a good thing because with this LGN builder gel, it, like I said, it is thicker and it stays in place more than the Savvyland. The Savvyland Builder Gel kind of wants to slide around and move around while you're doing it, so you have to be quick. That's why I use a bigger brush to grab up a larger amount so I can move a lot quicker with it instead of trying to fight with a smaller amount and try and get that where I need it to be in time before it tries to flood my nails. But like I said, with this LGN one, it is thicker. It doesn't flow and spread out as much. It does spread out a little bit because it is a gel, and it does flow a little bit, but it's nowhere near as flowy as the Savvyland one. So I do feel like maybe this LGN one will be better for beginners because it doesn't like move around on you as much, and you have a little bit more time to move it around, and you don't really have to worry about flooding your cuticles as much as if you were to use the Savvyland one. And even though I was having a little bit of a struggle with my application, I do think this is a good builder gel. And once I really figure it out and get the hang of it, I do think I'm really going to love this. I had the same issue with Savvyland. When I first started using it, I wasn't really a huge fan. But the more I used it and got used to it, I did end up really liking it. But I think I'm going to end up liking this LGN gel more than my Savvyland gel. I did do all my filing off camera just because I didn't want this video to be super long. Also, I really kind of hate filing, so I just want to try to get it done as quickly as possible. And anyone who films YouTube videos, you know, doing stuff on camera tends to take a bit longer to do. So I did just want to hurry up and get the filing done real quick. So I did go ahead and wipe the nails down with some alcohol. Now I'm going in here with the rubber base and applying that to the entire nail, and then I cure that for 60 seconds. After that, I'm going in with Perfect Black by Madam Glam and applying that to the entire nail, and then I cure that for 60 seconds. And then I take the shiny top coat from LGN and apply that. And then I cure that for about 15 seconds because I am going in with some Holo chrome powder and applying that on top. And the time between me getting my nails built out and doing the nail art on top was like 3 days. I walked around with nothing on my nails for about 3 days just because I ended up getting really uninspired to do these nails, just because they were coffin. And I've mentioned before how coffin isn't my favorite shape on myself. I feel like it looks weird and it doesn't look quite right on me. But I did want to try it out again and give it a try. I do try out the coffin every now and then. I always end up hating it, but I do, like I said, try it out every now and then just to see if maybe I end up changing my mind. But anyhow, after I got the Holo powder on, I did top coat that with a top coat that I have specifically dedicated to like glitters and chrome powders. And then I cured that for the full 60 seconds. And then I did go in with the rubber base on the rest of the nails and just drew out different shapes so that I could go in with the black and fill all that in, because I was going to add on the chrome powder onto those spaces as well. So I did the rubber base, I did one layer of the black, and then I did a layer of the top coat, and then I did the chrome powder on top. So if I'm being honest, it was right about here when I wanted to just go ahead and quit doing this set altogether. I don't know, I just really wasn't feeling it. And it's not that it was coming out bad, like it was turning out how I was wanting it to, but like I said, I don't know, the shape was just throwing me off and I wasn't liking it. And I'm really kind of disappointed with that because like I was super excited to do this set. I had this idea in my mind of how I wanted it done and how I wanted it to look, and so far it was ending up being how I wanted it. But like I said, the shape, I was really regretting doing this coffin shape. I still have the nails on right now and I still regret doing the coffin shape. I wish I would have just stuck with my square, but you know, I did it because I wanted to try something different, and it is what it is. I just have to, you know, live with it. But after I got the Holo on, I did go back in with Perfect Black and filled in those nude areas. I did end up doing 2 layers of that and curing each layer for 60 seconds. Now taking these colors from Nailz by Dev, this is the Jelly collection that she collaborated with, what's her name? Ball Pit, I think it is. For this jelly collection, and I'm just going in and doing like a rainbow pattern or like rainbow sequence on the Holo part, and I'm just following the shape of the little Holo part. So I do start with the pink right up next to the black, and then I go in with the orange, and then the yellow, and then the green, blue, purple. I did flash cure each color real quick before moving on to the next color, and then once I got all of the colors on, I did go ahead and cure for a full 60 seconds. I thought it'd be really cool to put these jelly colors on top of the Holo base. Like, I thought it would give it like this really cool, like funky jelly Holo effect. I don't know. I will say I did mess up and I was not supposed to do this like rainbow design on the ring finger there. So you'll see me get all of the colors on that ring finger before I realized that I had messed up, and then later on you'll see it looks different because I did have to file that off and redo that entire nail because I wasn't supposed to have that rainbow pattern there on that nail. Now, for the rest of these jelly colors, I was able to just do one coat. They are very pigmented, but for this green right here, it looks like I'm not applying anything to the nail. It is a lot less pigmented than the rest of the colors, so I did end up doing 2 coats of that to get it a little more pigmented. I do wish I would have added a 3rd coat to it to get it even more pigmented. I do like these jelly colors and this gel polish in general. I do just wish that the green would have been more pigmented like the rest of the colors. It is definitely the lightest out of all of them. I do feel like if I was doing these colors on like a clear base and not on this hollow base, it would have showed up more, because when I did swatch it out, it did pop a bit more, but again, it was on a clear base and it wasn't on a hollow base, so that is kind of affecting it a little bit, but it still was pretty light, even on the clear base. When I swatched it out. And this is my first time using Nailz by Deb gel polishes, and so far I really like how these are. They were very easy to work with. Like I said, they're super pigmented. I mean, minus that green one, but the rest are very pigmented, and I could just do one coat, which I love for a jelly gel polish. They're also pretty thick, which made it really helpful when doing these lines. I didn't have to worry about them like running or spreading. Honestly, I could have done all these lines without flash curing the previous one, and they wouldn't have bled into each other. I know I did that on my right hand. When I was doing that, I didn't flash cure any of the colors. I just went straight through. I did the pink, then the orange, the yellow, green, blue, purple, and then did one 60-second cure at the very end, and I had no issues there. There was no blending or mixing of the colors. They stayed right in place where I had put them. So I do think these are really good, and I do think they are really good for nail art. So for the next part, I don't know what happened. I somehow didn't get the footage of me doing it, but I did paint on a spaceship onto the ring nail with this metallic paint that I have. You can see there it is, it's done. Like I said, I don't know what happened there. I don't know how I didn't get that footage, which is really annoying. But now I'm just going in with those jelly colors again, and I'm just drawing on the light beam from the spaceship. Here I didn't flash cure in between doing the colors. As you can see, I did just go in and apply them right next to each other, and like I said, they didn't run into each other or flow into each other, so there was no mixing of the colors at all. I did cure them for 60 seconds. I did do a second coat on that green one again, just so you could see it a little bit more. And then on the middle finger here, I did go in and draw on an alien. I did end up doing 3 coats of the green on this alien because I felt like 2 coats wasn't enough, and this is why I said I wish I would have done 3 coats on the other green parts that I did, because it really helped it pop out a lot more, and you could really see the green once I added on that 3rd coat. I did cure for 60 seconds in between each coat. Here you can really see how much more that green is popping out compared to the green on the rest of the nails. So I am just going in and drawing on his little eyes with perfect black. I do start out by drawing kind of like a triangle without that third line and just rounding that out and making them, I just keep going over it until they're as big as I want them to be. And then I do draw on his mouth and like his little nose holes, nostrils. I don't know why I called them nose holes. And I forgot to mention this earlier, but I am using a 15mm liner brush. I use this brush for the entire set. I usually use an 11 for my nail art, but I kind of didn't feel like switching back and forth between the 11 and the 15, so I just stuck with the 15 the whole time. After I got the alien on, I am going in and doing some stars on the black spaces because I wanted it to obviously look like space. I'm starting out by doing the 4 pointed stars, and I start out by doing a dot on the nail, and then I draw on lines coming from the 4 different directions on it, and I connect those lines with a curve, kind of like how I would connect the drips, like if you're doing drip nails, how you connect them with that curved line. That way it doesn't look like a dot with 4 lines coming out, like it actually looks like one of those like 4 pointed stars. Then I take a dotting tool and I dot on some smaller dots to look like some smaller little stars in the distance. I do flash cure on each nail, and then once I get all the stars on all the nails, I do go in and cure for a full 60 seconds. Now I'm just going in with the shiny top coat from LGN and applying that to all of the nails. And this is a thick top coat, and I love it. I love a thick top coat. I know not everyone likes thicker gels, but when it comes to a top coat, I love the thick top coat. I just feel like it secures and seals everything in a bit better when it's a little bit thicker. But after I got that applied, I did go ahead and cure for 60 seconds. And I do just want to mention real quick, I apply the top coat to my 4 fingers, cure that for 60 seconds, and then I'll do my thumb separately so that I can put it in the light facing upwards instead of being on its side. It just cures better that way, and you don't have to worry about if the side's not curing properly. The lights will hit it from all angles. Here I am just applying some hand cream. I've been liking using hand cream over cuticle oil here lately, so that is why I applied that instead of my cuticle oil. And this is how they came out. I think the design is cute. This thumb is my favorite out of all of them. I think that one turned out the best. But overall, I'm not too happy with this set. On my left or my right hand, I did do it a little bit differently. I just did the rainbow swirls on it. I didn't do the alien and the spaceship because by the time I got done with my left hand, I was so over it and I just wanted to be done. So I did just do the rainbow swirls because I was like, this is going to go so much quicker if I don't have to do the alien and the spaceship. Like, I could just get it done real quick. So that's why my right hand does look a little different. This is what they look like with the glow bottoms. It looks blue on camera, but it definitely looks purple in person. And then here's what they look like under the flash. I think they look really cool under the flash because you can really see the holo, and you can see the holo shining through the jelly colors, which I really loved, and that is why I decided to do this set, because I wanted to have this cool effect with the jelly colors and the holo. But yeah, overall, I'm not 100% happy with this set. The shaping on my left hand got weird. They look really thick and bulky compared to my right hand, and I did the exact same steps and process on both hands, so I don't know why the shaping on my right hand looks better than the shaping on my left hand. Like, I don't know what happened there. I even tried filing the nails to try and fix the shaping, but that was just making it worse. So I just ended up leaving it how it was. I don't know. I'm just leaving it up to, I don't like how coffin nails look on me, so it looks weird. And it doesn't look right to me, but who knows. So minus the shape, I do really like how this, how the nail art came out. I really love the holo and the jelly together. I think that looks really cool. And I don't know, I really like galaxy and like space and alien type nails. I think that's probably like my favorite type of nail art to see and to do. It's just so much fun. And there's so much you can do with that theme. But that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and thank you so much for watching.